Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Siti Nur Aina Afzan binti Muhammad Jamil. I would like to present my final year project in evaluation of residential real estate in Kuala Lumpur using TODIM method. My general scope that have been proposed are multi-criteria decision making, which is interactive and multi-criteria decision making TODIM model, and we apply that into the residential real estate in Kuala Lumpur. According to Catani, Oral and Cisco's 1998, real estate is property in form of building and land and not personal belonging. Many types of real estate and one of them is residential real estate. There are three key methods of property evaluation and one of them is revenue comparison by the Assessment Institute 2008. Multi-criteria decision making are used to selection, classification, ranking of potential alternative. And Gomez and Ranger 2009, which proposed utilizing the TODIM approach to rate all assets on the real estate market including those sold. And the advantage of the TODIM model, it is considering the human risk of behavior. The objective of this study is to examine the criteria and alternative normally exist in solving decision making for real estate selection and to employ a generalized TODIM method for evaluation of residential real estate in Kuala Lumpur. The real estate market is highly complex because it is consisting of many criteria in each property. There's the problem of fixing a low-cost house in Kuala Lumpur. This is because the developers can place a high value on a house. So we suggest a TODIM method to the real estate evaluation to choose the best property based on the supplied criteria. There are a few types of models that have been used in the past research for real estate evaluation, which is multi-criteria decision making, multiple regression analysis, artificial neural network, reasoning-based model, and expert system. The TODIM method is a discrete multi-criteria method based on the prospect theory Kahneman and Tversky, 1979. It is one of the models to solve decision making. Previous research on develop other application in real estate by using TODIM method have been carried out. It provides a complete order of all alternatives. It is based on prospect theory, which take into consideration the risk facing attitude of decision maker. It is appropriate to sensitivity analysis by difference in the parameter data. We analyzed that the TODIM method is the effectively model to the real estate evaluation by considering human risk behavior. It is used to determine the best alternative by aggregating all measures of gain and losses over all criteria based on the additive differences function. Case study for the real estate evaluation is to examine the criteria and alternative for real estate evaluation. This is the alternative which considered here consists of the houses and the building in Kuala Lumpur, and the experts are considered to evaluate the alternative with respect to 8 criteria. So, we form of the decision matrix of evaluation and normalize the data where all the values are between 0 until 1. Next, we calculate the dominance degree of alternative AI over alternative AJ and calculate the overall dominance degree of alternative AI over alternative AJ. Table 4.12 is overall dominance degree of the generalized TODIM method, and the table 4.22 is conventional TODIM method using the same normalized data. Next, calculate the normalized dominance degree overall performance of alternative AI and rank the alternative. Table 4.13 is the rank of the generalized TODIM method, and conventional method is table 4.23. Table 4.24 is the ranking from using both methods. We conclude that there are not statistic differences between the two methods. The sensitivity analysis carried out the best three alternatives with respect to the different value of the data, which is theta equal to 1 for conventional TODIM method and theta less than 1 for general TODIM method. In other words, general TODIM method is more simplified version to get the highest the score obtained in the evaluation of the alternative in relation to each criterion for the better performance. For the conclusion, the TODIM method which results in an ordering that was satisfactory for the specialist expectation. By using formulation, it is easier to resolve the conflict between criteria, obtain a good performance in one criteria on the analysis. For real estate evaluation, it is capable of supporting residential real estate specialists in evaluating the alternative. This problem can be addressed by providing the finest and worst residential real estate in Kuala Lumpur. For future research, we can analyze and add on more criteria or decision makers because this method seems an appropriate procedure for solving multi-criteria problems. By this suggestion, decision maker can assist more potential buyer to select the best property for the future.